10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban.
The sack.
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Welcome back, everybody.
What's up?
Hi.
Was I supposed to be ready? I thought we usually wait for the...
Blitz is too busy with his browsing his dank memes and trolling Twitch chat.
Dude, Twitch chat is the best thing ever. You gotta interact. I can't do anything though because I'm on your account,
Radiant
so I don't want to be a
team
dick.
pick.
Oh, it's the
What's
goat.
really stopping you? Are you serious?
I don't know. You know what? I feel like that pushes the line. I don't like to mess with people's Twitters or Twitches when they're signed in. I never do that. That bothers me because it's not usually very funny at all.
Yeah,
You know, it's
it's
like,
usually
Dire
pretty
team
unoriginal.
Don't forget to log in or I'm gay. You know, just don't do it. There are better memes out there.
All right.
Dire team
Blitz
ban.
Dota, always in search of a better meme.
You can find them. Just don't be dumb.
All right, we've got game number 4 now between Ninjas and Pyjamas and Vega Squadron. Joining us
Radiant
is
team ban.
the lovely Fogged. You feel better, Ionis?
Not
Did
really.
you say I honest?
I pronounced your name Io.
It's
And then
okay.
I just added Ionis. I bet you're a sick Wiz player.
Have you heard
Dire
the
team
way that
ban.
AUI pronounces it? He says I-O anus.
He does say Ioannis.
What a guy.
That's okay. That's okay.
What a team
It's
that
a hard
was.
name.
Pot and bottom.
Lots of
10
team
seconds remaining.
good efforts there.
Wait, what?
Radiant team
I
ban.
can't think of the word.
You were gonna say bonding.
No. I was thinking of something else. I couldn't think of it.
Wait, what?
Herp derp.
Alright, whatever. Can we turn him up? I can barely hear him.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Oh, no, that's because Blitz Dota, who operates
10
without
seconds
in-ears.
remaining.
What
Now
are-
you can hear him better.
I don't like in-ears because I've got weird...
5
I got
seconds
freakishly small
remaining.
ears. But we should talk about the
That
picks.
seems to be a general facial feature of yours.
Yeah.
Reserve time.
It's a feature everywhere, buddy. Hey, Lamau. Alright. So, Leshrax picked up by Ninjas in Pyjamas. Really good hero. As we've seen time and time again. Look at his ears twitch. He looks so arrogant. Like, he just knows he's the best hero in Dota.
Imbalance demands it.
Yeah.
Gyrocopter Dazzle is a response from Vega Squadron. Winter Wyvern picked up by Ninjas in Pyjamas, though, pretty quickly. And Vega Squadron, are they going to ban out the Darkseer? Because if they don't, I feel like that's the nuke combo. Right? You just go full nuclear.
Did you say the nuke
Winter's
combo?
Curse, nuke.
Okay, I thought...
Like they're dropping a nuclear bomb.
I was like, that's actually really
like
hard.
Winter's Curse,
Radiant team
vacuum,
pick.
and then Leshrac just dances in the middle, doing his disco ball rave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leshrac. At least we got some change up in the lineups now. It's not the same thing
Dire
every
team
game, kind
pick.
of.
Oh, I'm Blitzoda. I don't like to talk on other people's accounts.
I didn't say... These things don't always apply.
Radiant team pick.
Alright. Darkseer, of course, picked up by NiP. And now we have a clockwork for Vega Squadron.
Okay, that's... Clock is pretty good at dealing with some of these heroes. Like, if you get the Blade Mill at a decent time, you can actually mess with the Lesh. But that's like a huge if. Because if you don't, then you're stuck in a force field of death with
10 seconds remaining.
the goat. He just tramples you.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know.
remaining.
Leshrek's been banned every game for a reason, but I guess Vega just,
Reserve time.
I don't know, I guess they feel confident versus it. That hero's not fun to play versus, though.
You want to do some analysis there, Blitzdoner? Or do you want to look at Twitch chat some more?
Dude, I'm doing both.
Is Twitch chat helping you decide
Dire
what the next
team
pick
pick.
is for NiP?
You know what the next pick is for NiP? I'll tell you right now.
What's that?
It's the disruptor? No, that's... Man. Okay, you know what's weird? I don't like Silencer on your team, but I also don't like when you have to play against him. Because it renders a lot of stuff kind of bad.
Well, he's the ultimate counter to Storm Spirit, so I can understand why.
But
10 seconds
when
remaining.
you're playing against it, like, you don't want to rely on a lot of abilities
5
as a
seconds
result.
remaining.
So it's kind of hard to draft around it, I feel.
Reserve
Do they ever
time.
run that mid? Or do you think that's just for sure going to be like a support silencer?
This is the first time I've seen them run it, and I'm not sure where. It feels like it'd be a solo hero.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I think it is going to be a solo hero. Because Seema's definitely playing the Dazzle.
Disruptor.
Pasha's more than likely the Gyro.
Radiant
Yeah,
team
NiP's just
down.
going for some some very heavy team fight. Lots of blue heroes.
Is it just me? What's with all the teams picking up support silencer? Like, it seems to be a game loser.
You keep saying that.
I
You
keep saying it
you
because
keep saying
it keeps happening.
happening.
10 seconds
Hip hop
remaining.
happening.
I'm not sure.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel okay. So the disruptor is picked. Yes.
Reserve time.
See, Twitch chat told me it was going to be disruptor, and I said disruptor, and they picked disruptor.
Dire team banned.
I don't know. I think silencer works well. It's greedy for sure. It's greedy,
Mm-hmm.
and you're really ulti reliant. But when it pays off, it really pays off.
Yeah.
And you've got what?
Radiant team
That's
pick.
weird. You've got a lineup that really takes full advantage of it. Like you hook in with Clockwork, then you global silence.
Mm-hmm.
What do?
Last ban, Husker, Vega Squadron. Not a fan of the last big Husker that just happened. Last game, Wind Ranger, banned out. Wait,
You know what the play here is?
what's the play?
You run the Darkseer mid as NiP,
10
and you last
seconds
pick
remaining.
Broodmother.
Why don't you just run mid brew mode
5
with him?
seconds
Oh yeah,
remaining.
you can do that too.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can just carry Darkseer and then
Okay, guys,
Reserve
come on. They have a Lash. The Lash is going to go mid.
just make Brood. Just
Come on.
Thank
keep
you,
throwing
Fog,
weird.
for keeping
Just
us on
keep
track.
throwing weird stuff at Vega to make them feel weird.
I mean, I guess it could happen. We just had a support Gyro, so...
You mean the Eternal Envy strat?
Dire
Just
team
make
pick.
Dota so chaotic so they don't know what's happening anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, that quote's been said 100 times, but that's a play here by NiP. I'm convinced.
Well, what just happened? Do we have a support gyrocopter again? And is this mid silencer or is this mid gyrocopter?
No, it's what? What?
I mean, you're giving me the what, but
I'm sure it's a mid anti-mage. You go mid anti-mage
okay.
with Dazzle support,
okay, yeah.
then you go Gyrocopter safe lane, and then you go support silencer. What
Yeah.
was weird about that?
That makes sense.
What were
You had to take some time to
No, it took me
decipher
like 2 seconds because I was
Alright.
confused at what you were saying. They literally
Kill
did this in the earlier series where they ran a mid PL. What's wrong with you?
It's different this time. I don't know.
There's nothing different about it. It's like the same lineup.
All right. Back me up here, Fog.
I don't think mid AM is nearly the same thing as mid PL.
Thank you.
My lanes make
Unfortunately.
sense though, right? That's what
10
they're gonna do.
seconds remaining.
I think that's kind of what they set themselves to be doing, but that's kind of awkward. That Lash is going to be really free farmed.
It's gonna be.
Prepare
I mean, when does a Lush
for
not win a lane
battle.
though?
That's
Be real
pretty true.
with me here. All right, so
It's
this
like Lina and Lesh are the two dominators.
you don't want to bring it to a game 5 for obvious reasons if you're Vega, but this would be such a huge momentum swing. We've seen it like all day and all week, right? A team wins the first game of the series, and then they lose the series the rest of the way through. So
Well, this is awkward.
okay,
Hunskin's kind of stuck up here, but there's no one to punish it, so
nobody else is there. It's fine.
yeah. Maybe. If only.
See, this is why we don't have to do the first few picks, because it's kind of been fleshed out for the most part. It's not really...
Well, the one nice thing I'll give for Vega is that the NiP supports need
30
levels,
seconds
that's
to
for sure.
battle.
They're probably... are they going to respond with dual lanes of their own? They just put Winter Wyvern mid with Leshrac, right?
Yeah, probably. It's also, the more harassment you deal around the lanes, you have to always remember that this Bloodseeker is going to start becoming very ridiculous, and he's really able to 1v1 a Clockwork quite easily if the other lanes are causing pressure.
The battle begins.
I don't really know where... Okay. So it is going to be a Dazzle AM, because there's no way a Gyro is going mid. Although I saw one of the Chinese teams on it. Was that you and I casting it at TI?
What was that?
It was one of the Chinese teams were running...
Ferrari went mid gyrocopter.
Yeah, but one of the teams did it successfully, is my point. I think it was Maybe that played it, actually.
Was it
The one
against...
The one with Ferrari Gyro was the burning anti-mage game.
Yeah, yeah. But they actually...
Yeah.
I meant it was, like, super successful. Like, the Ferrari one was... That one poorly, but...
Yeah.
They ended up winning the game, but that was less to do with the gyro.
Look at Sema. He puts the sentry down, and he doesn't know where the obs is. He didn't check the tree spot.
Oh, no.
Well, that's a bit unfortunate. We got safe lane here. Arrow's going to be playing the Bloodseeker with Seal Kid actually babysitting him, so Hanskin's going to spend his time middle. Why is that exactly? The difference between the two supports. Is that more priority in Winter Wyvern's farm? Because
No,
he can
it's
pull?
his levels. It's to
yeah.
guarantee the levels.
Yeah, that's...
And the Disruptor can actually harass a lot better with the single level of the Thunderstrike.
Okay.
Because it's pretty good damage, actually, for what it costs.
And the Winter Wyvern has no troubles with Clockwork because he can just fly out of the cause.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay.
it makes sense in my brain. Plus, you're giving it boots. The Thunder Pony boots.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of thunder going around in this mid lane. Anti-mages are naturally afraid of lightning.
Look at Vega's 2 wards, too, in this game. Both on the top rune area. Get a little bit of vision of the high ground, but...
This mid lane's being harassed out pretty hard right now.
It's just because they know the supports are going to be rotating so heavily, right? Between top and middle. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
AM's doing great, though.
Denied.
It's because he's getting just free heals, and the poor man's shield is actually really effective against the Leshrac early. The Leshrac actually can't really burst them too much.
You know, some fun. Gonna have to get a good surge away here. Pasha still has enough mana with the magic wand to be able to do another rock barrage. So Jonas Afan just has to run hard left. They're really chasing him down heavily, but he will live. So they're doing everything they can to shut this Darkseer down early, but he does get the level 2 Ion Shell out. He went for boots first. No early Soul Ring.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising, actually. Like, you figured he would get the Soul Ring first build, and he'd be nearly close to it by now if he had decided to go for it, but opts not to, and I wonder how that's going to impact this lane. He's going to struggle quite a bit.
Mag's going to be slowed down. He gets off the cogs to push back Arab, but there's still going to be a bit more damage.
Era's not really getting any of the thirst stacks, so nobody's getting quite low on his team.
Yeah.
Or on the other team, I mean. And Limp, he's doing fine in this lane, though. The anti-mage is getting farmed, but so is Limp. It's probably a little bit less than you would expect, considering they could probably also get rune control for him. Because the Dazzle won't really leave that area. It's hard for him to get around. So that top rune should be free.
Yeah, I just watched him miss 3 CS out of that last lane. Dazzle's causing some problems for him.
Trying to force him to use the wand there, but should be fine with the heals. He's even going to use his salve, but this is okay. Like, the Leshrac is doing fine, and the anti-mage is even contesting him for the rune. Like, and by doing so, what this means is the Leshrac actually has to wait for the bottle, Crow before he can get aggressive again, and this is going to be a time period where no one's going to feel really safe in this lane.
Darkseer's now going to spend a lot of time clearing through those stacks, I presume, to try and get his soul ring. Because he did go boots. And this just takes even more away from the Leshrac. I mean, he's already down a little bit in CS, and then he's got no good amount of stacks. I'm presuming the Darkseer is going to take that other one as well, if he really wants his soul ring out of this.
Oh, and in mid, the anti-mage blinks forward pretty aggressively. Maybe hoping for the bottle steal?
Do you think that he's still gonna go for a Battle Fury?
Yeah, I think so. What do you... I think he kind of... Remember when, was it like Hellraisers that used to run the
Dyer's
Crimson
bottom
Guard AM?
tower is under attack.
Oh, yeah.
That was not... I didn't like that at all.
No, that was not great. No one's just pushing back against Slip as much as possible. They both miss a CS because of it, and no one actually drops decently low. Oh, now he's going to be able to get on top of Limp with an extra Shadow Wave that burns through a lot of his mana. He does have the bottle coming back to him, though.
He really needs the Arcane Boots to be able to just sit there and spam in this lane to be successful.
We're going to have a Hand of Minus, Bloodseeker. Not terribly surprising. And Solo's actually going to go for the dive here. Underneath the Tier 1 tower, starts going for it. Limp, though, not bothering to spam a spell out just yet. If he had thrown it on Solo, he probably would have gotten a kill, especially with the slow, but then he would have been slowed up by the Curse of the Silent. He deems that not worth it. Or last word, rather.
No, I think you're completely right there. I think if he commits for that kill, he gets it. Because the lightning would have slowed him in the tower range, and it probably would have meant an extra tower shot. And that's a level 3 lightning, too. That would have been probably a guaranteed kill. But I think he was worried about the rest of the heroes filtering in. And the anti-mage isn't level 6, though, so he shouldn't have been too worried, but decides to play it a little bit safer than you would like to see, but it's still okay. Like, he's not giving up anything, and it does force the Silencer to waste his time.
Your sister says to be nice.
Thank you.
Alright, Limp's almost got the Arcane Boots. What's Steel Kid been up to? He's actually level 4, that's not bad. He was doing all the pulling at top lane, I guess. Yeah.
You notice, though, Fogged, that this Dazzle's actually kind of abandoned this mid lane? Why do you feel like that is?
I feel like they're trying to just give him some levels right now. Because Dazzle's really low level this game. Last game he was about level 5 at this point.
No one goes down to 20 HP in mid lane. Dazzle leaves him alone against Limp, but as soon as he picks up that level 7, it has all those mass nukes.
Oh, he's gonna... No.
Oh,
Jonas.
Middle tower is under attack.
This is gonna be absolutely massive.
Wow. Actually get all of this. We'll see. He's going to be spotted out by the Dazzle.
What did they even do about this, though?
Lash is rotating in now, too. Seema's in trouble.
Yeah, they're going to be able to lightning him. It's the oh, no, he actually misses the stun. Now Limp's the one in trouble because Vega Squadron just rotated all of their heroes in the middle lane to stop this stack steal. Oh, and now the Ultimate comes out from the AM to stop Jonas from getting away. He managed to get off the wall.
Oh, he's stuck. He's running through repeatedly.
The illusions are going to go into him. He got him. Oh, wow.
And he got a lot of the creeps, too.
Yeah, he stole about half of that stack.
I don't even think that's that terrible.
Yeah.
That was about as good as it was going to get. That was so much of the Dazzle's time wasted.
Dyer's bottom tower
What a
is
life.
under attack.
You spend your entire
Enemy's
Dota
top tower
life just
is under
stacking.
attack.
You know, that Dazzle,
Uh-huh.
he's just investing in his anti-mage's future.
Dyer's
He's
bottom
like, my son
tower
will
is
reap the
under
benefits
attack.
of my hard work.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it all gets taken away by one freeloader.
Seriously?
That's the problem with running into Radiant jungle, though. Like, the difference is if they were, like, roles reversed, and let's say that they were going into the Dire jungle to steal the stacks, it's so much safer to run into the Dire jungle and take the enemy
Oh,
stacks.
now they're going to catch Solo. They've got the Glen. Solo knows he's completely dead, so he just turns and fights. And he'll end up going down to the tower, as opposed to feeding away Arab, but still. And I was just about to ask, NiP can probably just make, well, actually, it's a bit too late. One of the stacks has been cleared through by the gyrocopter.
Radiant's
They were
bottom
going to do it as
tower
soon
is
as they
under
realized
attack. Radiant structures
they knew,
are
they were
under
aware of the stack. You can't just let that alone. You actually have to get aggressive on it and play to get aggressive in the jungle. Like, Mag's actually rotated in and is clearing it with rockets and battery assault, but you don't want to give any opportunities for NiP to steal that again.
Double damage Leshrac. He is almost level 9. Compare that to no one who is level 7. Meanwhile, they've lost their bottom tower and losing a large grip of their jungle as well.
Oh, mid-hook.
Yeah, they're going to be able to lock down Limp. Tries to get off the ultimate, but no one's not going to allow that. And now they've actually brought back Solo here in the top lane. The two supports by themselves are trying to get this kill, but still, as supports are coming in, Seal Kid's going to be able to fight this one. Oh no! He goes down. Hanskin now trying to run himself away. The weave comes in. Pasha, he's got his ultimate. He's going to try and throw it onto Hanskin, who's going to dip into the trees, most likely turns around Kinetic Field. But Vega Squadron, mass rotations from middle all the way to the top lane. No response whatsoever from NiP. Era doesn't have a TP.
How Solo just play like that and not die? Like his entire team comes to bail him out. Maybe that's why Yanni's, they don't ever go for him.
I guess so, right? He's just got that fear factor.
He's got 8 insta-stolen already. That's pretty big, right? For how early it is.
Yeah, that he just got 4 off of those 2 kills. And it's actually huge. Losing int... oh, actually, never mind. I was going to say losing int on Disruptor is pretty horrible unless you have Arcane Boots. And he has Arcane Boots.
Still not something you want to give up to Solo, who we've seen play time and time again that the 4 position rolls so greedily. And he's got his level 6 now, too, as a result of those 2 kills. Saving grace right now, though, for NiP is Arrow's got a monster amount of farm.
What do you think he's gonna go for on the Bloodseeker?
SNY BKB?
Yeah.
I don't think you need a BKB immediately this game. Actually, you're against a Clockwork. Maybe you do. A Clockwork who's going Blade Mail.
Blade Mail versus Gyro?
Yeah. I think you actually have to get... I don't know, I think you have to get a BKB against a Gyrocopter, and if the Clockwork gets a Blade Mail, otherwise a lot of your effectiveness, I feel, just gets cut.
3-man smoke up from Vega Squadron. Mag's going to be leading the way with a hook shot. They're going to try and catch out this top lane. Limp, it's going to be a dangerous one going into Limp like this. Global Silence, though, is going to make it a lot easier. Mag just continues to run down Limp and manages to get him inside the cogs, and that's hugely important. He turns around to go for the stun, but he will not be able to survive. Double kill for Pasha now. And it seems like, as you said, the silver lining seems to be the only lining at all for NiP. Era is now level 11, but everyone else around him is dying.
Uses the Rupture on bottom at Solo, who just TP's out. Can't really do much about that, and this anti-mage actually has a really reasonable amount of farm considering he was against a Lesh, and the Lesh isn't doing too hot either. That's twice now that they've killed him. This is his 3rd death of the game, no kills or assists on him, not getting too much farm on top of that, and they've got 2 really greedy cores, but they're making it work. Like, how is this actually happening on this?
This is really good movement by Vega. They're constantly just spreading out the map. Mag's been pretty on point with his rotations, and he's very close to a Blade Mail now on that Clockwork.
Yeah, it's gonna force so many problems too when he gets it. Like, you don't often see a Clockwork get it this early into the game.
Yeah, Lesh only has 800 HP right now still, so...
The smoke up, they're going to find Mag missing the stun already. Hanskin hoping to be able to get that glimpse. I'm sure they'll get something out of this, but it looks like there's going to be a fight, actually. Mag turns around, they're going to blow up Limp Winter's Curse, but it's too late. The Rock Barrage does its damage, but here comes Era, and he's got plenty of extra attack damage. He's going to wait out the Shallow Grave. Oh, TP away, Pasha. Oh, the glimpse actually gets him. Era just manages to get that kill and heal up. Will he actually be able to survive, though? Seal Kid pushed back, he'll survive there, but Era is now stuck. Hanskin lays out the ultimate, and Era will just body block for Hanskin, but no, it's not good enough. The TP away is not in time, and Vega Squadron win yet another fight. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Darkseer manages to kill the Animage.
Did you catch that?
No, I don't actually think that should be possible.
How'd that happen?
That's a level 4 blink too on the AM. He must have just been really low. They used
or he must have like blinked in. He must have like blinked in aggressively to farm the lane and just got a jumped or something.
Yeah, but even then, like you should just be able to run away. It looks like a wall was committed too.
Yeah.
For the effort, but that still alone shouldn't be enough damage. Maybe he just ran out of mana fighting his own illusion. That has to be the only way, but when it comes to net worth, the Darkseer as a result of that actually jumps pretty far ahead now, and the Bloodseeker actually has A lot, too.
Yeah,
Like,
he,
even with
even
that.
after that death, he's still so far ahead of everyone.
Yeah, Darkseer finished his mech and then went mid. It got like a full creep wave. Killed the AM, got 500 gold for the AM, and then took another creep wave. So he's looking really good. He's gonna have early 4-step up on that Darkseer with the mech.
Yeah, but things are looking real bad for the radioactive pony here. He's dealing with blade mail clockwork now. That's so tough to deal with. Doesn't have his bloodstone yet, so BKB is a dream of a dream at this point.
Solo just continues to farm in the most ridiculous spots. Like, look at him just hit this mid tower and just casually walk away.
He's got 2 heroes behind him. Mag's ready to go. You want some fun? Gotta be the target here. Hook shot. Not thrown out. Doesn't want to dive underneath the tower. Instead, they'll just take the deny.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
You got a 4-staff coming too on Jonas and Fan, which is going to help a lot against the Clockwork Blade Mill. But it looks like Mag still wants to set up for this. His entire team is here. They're smoked up behind him too, and he's actually just going to
Dire's
skip
bottom
past this
tower
wave.
is under attack.
We're going to look for it. They might just find Limp again for the 5th time this game.
They don't. They go the wrong direction. They're gonna find Era instead.
this is
That could be
even more
better.
important.
Yeah, he's got the blade mail active. Era doesn't know what to do. Man, these heavy rotations, especially with the gyrocopter, they are just paying out so big.
It's a testament to how much farm Era has, though, that he's still heavily in first place when it comes to net worth.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's just died back to back, but he's got 123 CS, and he got such a fast Midas that he's still almost 1,500 gold ahead of the gyrocopter.
We got 12 int up on Solo.
Man, these supports are so poor on the side of NiP. Solo has more net worth than the 2 of them combined.
Yeah.
I think part of it is just his playstyle too, though. Like, he's willing to play so aggressively on the off lane or the mid to force a lot of rotations towards him, and then he just runs. How do you actually deal with that, Yannis? Do you just smoke him, or...?
I mean, I guess, right? Or you can just assume that he's alone. He plays up really far up, but they always like port to help him.
This is finally
Looks
gonna
like
be
that's
it.
one way to do it.
Solo, blood right on top, plus the stun. He easily goes down. Hanskin's gonna be caught though. Gyrocopter ultimate is kind of zoning out the rest of the heroes. The blade mail active from Mag also makes this different. Winter's Curse was placed on the Gyrocopter, but that doesn't really result in much. The kill is still there. Rupture being placed down onto no one. And they are getting a decent amount of long-range damage out, but still not enough to force the fight.
Only a 1-for-1, and they had to commit a little bit more, I think. And that's what happens when you try to gank solo. Their entire team is ready for that.
That was probably the most defensive position I've seen Solo in. Majority of this game.
Yeah, most of the time you just see him pushing up into the tower trying to get hits off. But I mean, it's working because NiP, I feel like they're almost being conditioned into believing that Solo's always going to have people behind him. How many times can that gank go wrong before they're just like, let's leave him alone?
Is Pasha gonna get caught here? Is he gonna go back? Perfect timing to go back.
Yeah, Rupture was up in 5 seconds. They're
nice
gonna go
aggressive
for the
push back.
Animage, but... Oh, he doesn't actually have a TP. So he can't just blink into the trees and go out. Plus they also have the... Oh, wow, the Rupture. That's
glimpse.
double damage, isn't it? Like, he blinks away, takes the damage, but when he gets glimpsed back, does he also take the damage?
I think
Yeah.
so, because that's what killed him, right?
Yeah, because that's within 1,300.
I think he got hit by the blood right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe not then.
I mean, the rule is supposed to be under 1,300. Or rather, the rule is you don't take damage if it's over 1,300 in 0.25 seconds. In which case, if it does work that way, they could just continue to do that combo over and over against him. Limp's gonna be
Glimpse
caught.
with Rupture like that. That's what you're talking about.
Top tower is under attack.
Say that again.
Glimpse does work that way with Rupture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured too. I wasn't sure which one killed him first, though.
And Limp is having a rough game on the Lesh, though. He's about the same net worth as the anti-mage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
It's really
tower
bad considering
has
that
fallen.
you know that the anti-mage A had a tough lane, has been ganked up a lot, and more importantly than that, the Leshrac has to be ahead of the anti-mage, I feel.
So I guess I've never seen a Leshrac be this far behind. Like, he's always able to do something in the laning phase, or these fights go well for him or something. Is Leshrac still a formidable hero if he's this far behind?
Oh, for sure. It's like the silliest thing in the world to ever believe that that hero gets bad at any point. He still hurts.
Yeah.
Like, you just really need levels. The Bloodstone timing, whether it's 3 minutes late, it's kind of whatever, as long as you have the levels associated with it. And it's not like his Bloodstone timing is the worst thing in the world. Like, he'll get it probably around 20-minute mark. Like, he already has the Soul Ring, too. Like, this isn't that
Radiant's
late.
bottom tower is under attack.
Like, he'll do the stack and have it. 20-minute Bloodstone, it's about like 3 minutes later than...
Hanskin's going to catch solo here. Go Global Silence. Nice turnaround. Now Hanskin's going to go down in return. More intelligence. 4-staff for a 4-staff. Mag still gets that kill.
Where have we seen that? That just happened, didn't it?
Yep.
That's kind of deja vu. They go for solo, and Hanskin dies in the exact same spot because Mag's ready for it.
Man. Just think if they managed to take out this tier 1 tower, like, so much earlier. It seems like them keeping this tier 1 tower alive is allowing them to control their jungle so much, as well as respond to these ganks.
Will they finally kill solo?
Yep, he's gone. That being said, oh, Winter's Curse, never mind. Pasha cannot pursue.
That's a BKB, though. That's a 10-second BKB that he just committed.
Super
this
worth
right?
it.
No, maybe he's too far out. Lightning slows him down. They don't have anything else to catch him, though. Hanskin just a little bit too far away with the glimpse. We've gets placed on him, but it looks like that tier 1 tower is going to
Radiant's
finally
middle
fall.
tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
This tower's
Radiant's
such a
middle
huge
tower
momentum
has
swing for
fallen.
them, and when it, in net worth, this Bloodseeker is still dominant. He's got 11k at 21 minutes. They can go for the Roshan if they want to. They finally have the Bloodstone on the Leshrac, who is starting to kind of catch up. Like, the net worths from the side of NiP aren't great, and they're not going to have the really quick items that they did in the previous games, even the ones they were losing. But their heroes don't really have to have items, if I'm not mistaken. Like, a Disruptor is going to be useful for a really long time. So will the Winter Wyvern, as long as you've got the Winter's Curse up.
I'm just for Vega, they're doing really well and Mag's having a great time, but he's really all their catch entirely in their entire lineup, so...
Another hook shot, catching out Limb. 4-staff out of it. Can he get out the Gyrocopter ultimate as well? He will. Now the potential turnaround. Gyrocopter pops that ultimate. Limb's trying to get away from Mag. Getting some distance. Plink, plink, plink. Now no one comes forward. Let's lose that ultimate, but he has all the mana. He Bloodstone Suicides as a response. Seam of the Slayer is going to be caught inside of that Static Storm. Pasha waited out that Rupture beautifully. But now the rest of NiP are going to pounce anyway. Global Silence gets laid out. Mass TPs away, and they'll all get out.
Still a global expended, and nobody really lost from the side of NiP because of that suicide.
He just barely escaped out of that kinetic field. That could have been another glimpse that caught him.
That was really awkward for Limp. He thought he was gonna die, so he Bloodstone Suicides when he was gonna live, but also Jonas had mech up that entire time.
Oh, okay. And that ulti did nothing to him. Like, the Mana Void actually did like 5 damage.
He was just afraid of popping his team. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Team backs out. Era's about to complete his BKB. He can farm up another 900 gold, but if he goes to farm up this bottom lane... Okay. Just finding a safe place to TP out, I guess.
They just need BKB on Era, and then they can probably force a Roshan once the next global is expended.
They're getting one on the Leshrac too, and I think this is the right idea. Just get BKBs. Your entire team is still really susceptible to death. And you can still punish, I feel, because no one's getting such a late Manta Vlads that I actually think that NiP have the much stronger 5-man lineup right now.
Yeah.
No one has a complete Vlads now. 23.5 minutes in. He is beginning to climb the net worth chart. Now sitting in 4th position.
Like, if the supports on NiP are able to farm up Glimmer, like a Glimmer on that Wyvern, it's going to be pretty big. Because they already have the Force Staff to disengage off the Clockwork, and then that's pretty much Vega's entire catch.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess you don't really want to expend the anti-mage blinking forward at this point, just because he'll die.
Yeah.
Dire's structures
It's a
are
bit risky.
fortified.
They've got a BKB too on their Bloodseeker now. I think this is pretty much go time for them.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom
He's about to hit
tower
16
is
too.
under
Everything's kind of working out when it comes to the timing here.
How much damage is that? Let's see. 1150. So if Animage blinks, he's going to take 60% of 1150 times 2. If he gets if he blinks and gets glimpse back at the same time.
He's dead.
Yeah, he just
If
like
Blood Rage is
dies.
on, he's actually dead.
I'm sure that's not like the way they're going to use it a lot of the times, but it's still just such an absurd combination.
It might happen.
You never know. Crazier things have happened in Dota. They're looking for the pick-off, maybe even force the global and then go for the Roche. They might just actually run into the anti-mage farming this ancient stack here. Nope. It's only Hanskin that's walking in that area. He's actually going to spot him now, but
Too late.
he's by himself.
Ancients are already down. And they know the smoke happened, so Vega should be playing defensively here, except for the Dazzle, who is going to be caught.
I love how Solo's actually playing the Silencer like he's the one. He went Atos and stats and everything.
Well,
Radiant's
Lothar's
middle
next.
tower
Let's
is
go.
under
Are you
attack.
surprised after that, Lina? Like,
I mean,
feel-
but Lina is like, you know, you're gonna get your Yules, you're gonna get your eggs. This is like a Silencer. He's like, alright, Atos,
Radiant's
I'm
middle
in.
tower is under
yeah, at least
attack.
Melina has farming capabilities.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Rupture on Pasha. They just tank through that one. Oh, Vacuum actually pulls him around a little bit, but they still have the global silence. BKB, he's trying to eat through this. If he can get the kill, Arrow will go. It's so big, but no! He actually dies just before that still. The Disruptor now going to be caught by Mag. Lets loose. The Ultimate doesn't care about the Blade Mail. It's gone now. And Mag will go down to limp, it looks like. Solo thinking about that fight. Oh, 4-step, but no, the Lightning's there. He gets him in the end, and now a glimpse back. They'll pull back Solo as well. That's going to be a third kill going to them, but look at what's happening in this top lane. No one is flip pushing his heart out. Limp comes in. No one's got the ultimate. Limp, maybe this was a bad idea. Big ultimate comes out, but it's still not enough damage, and no one has to back himself up. In fact, if anything, another glimpse play.
Glimpse
Jonas
is up in a
Safon sees him. Is there a glimpse just yet? It's
Back
barely
to the
out of
backwards.
range.
Oh. Damn. If the two of them had communicated better, I think they could have had that with the vacuum. Vacuum back to a glimpse.
Man,
just so he knows how close it was.
It was extremely close, yeah.
I can't believe Era died just before getting the kill on the Jarcopter, because then he probably lives through the whole entire thing.
Oh yeah, and they can
I
go
don't
for something
believe
like
he had
that.
Blood Rage on, actually.
I thought I saw him put it in at like the last second when he was having the man
If he did
fight.
that.
Yeah.
Still, that wasn't that bad of a fight for an NiP. Like, Limp got a lot out of that finally. He survived through most of that fight. I think that's his BKB flying in too. This should allow them to go for Roshan, and team fights are just going to get easier now too.
Yeah, the supports actually lived almost till the end of that fight too. The Wyvern died relatively early, but Disruptor's got his level 11 now, on his way to his Glimmer.
Oh, this mid lane.
Free pick off on the Dazzle.
This should mean Roshan, I think.
Yeah, look, NiP's feeling their momentum coming in. Seal Kid picks up a gem now.
Roshan's going to be going down to NiP quite easily
Dire's
after that
bottom
pickoff.
tower is under attack.
They see what's happening, but there's no way they can contest. Maybe they can. Mag's beginning to get there, and Silencer does have that global silence. They could still try and fight this one, and NiP are actually going to back out because of it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They heal everyone up. They're going to smoke up and wrap around, see if they can catch Vega. Meanwhile, Vega are actually doing something very similar. They're backing up. Are they going to go for a smoke, or are they just playing defensively? They figure since everyone's off map from NiP, they're not doing Roshan anymore. They got to be going for that smoke gank.
Yeah, and Vega They're not really sure what's going on. They're peeing. They don't want to go into the high ground, though. That's actually not a way they can fight, but they might be forced into that position as...
Mac gonna be caught. Do they go for the glimpse? Global silence. Era pops a BKB in return. He's still taking a lot of damage out from Pasha. Hanskin jumped on by no one. Winter's Curse gets laid out, but Limp is already stunned up by the hook shot. He's not gonna be able to dish out too much. Never mind, he's got the BKB. He's good to go for the time being, but Pasha's right clicks are still enough. Now Era comes back, fighting up against Pasha, but the damage is way too much. Now Sealkid goes down as well. They underestimated the power of the weave. Jonas Sumfan, the only ninja to escape.
That weave actually destroyed that Bloodseeker. Like, he got hit once, and with the rocket barrage going, he just died instantly. And they're headed to Roshan right now, and the worst part about that entire engagement for NiP was that the anti-mage survived through it all. He's about to have a Manta style. And this is such a greedy dual core that they're running, but it's working.
The fight got super split up, so the Darkseer and the Disruptor were fighting on the high ground, versus the Anti-Mage and the... I'm not sure who the other one actually was. But yeah, so the fight was just completely split up, and Dazzle got a really good weave off on almost everybody. And Guardian Greaves were down, because he used them before they did the engagement, so he couldn't even heal up his teammates at all, or remove the Global Silence from himself.
Now Vega Squadron are over 3k ahead of Ninjas of Pyjamas and 5k experience. The Anti-Mage tops out the net worth as well.
Honestly, things don't really get easier from this point on either, because the Anti-Mage really didn't have that much farm. Like, going into this, what did he really have? He had Vlad's and a Yasha and a Battle Fury, but now that he has the Manta style, and once he picks up something like a Basher, I don't actually think the Bloodseeker can go toe-to-toe with him anymore.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like, look at the level difference now, too. Like, that's a Midas Bloodseeker, and all of a sudden this Anti-Mage is somehow ahead.
They're gonna have a Solar Crest on top of all that on the Dazzle very soon, too.
Shadow Wave!
All of this is making such a big difference. That Dazzle weave, though. I mean, this guy's been playing heroes like Dazzle, Winter Wyvern. You don't really get to see the impact when it comes to the numbers, but when it comes to the actual play and his positioning, perfect every single time.
Yeah. And Anti-Mage looks to actually be going for a BKB first instead of the Bastion.
That's even better in some ways, because there's very little they can do to kill him at that point.
Boom, there it goes.
Invis for Limp, but oh, Mag. He saw some of those other heroes and actually forced out at the right time.
Limp's got the hook if they want to engage, and they have the Aegis available, so they might actually want to look for a fight if they can take one here.
Yeah, Mag's gonna see Limp here on the side. Double bounty runes for Limp, and actually misses the hook shot. Assume Limp was gonna keep on running up. So he wanted to force that fight, but no one actually jumps in. Winter's Curse, that's a good combo. Vacuum, though, doesn't catch anybody else, and now they're going to turn. They're still very healthy. Pasha pops that BKB, going in for Sealkid. Mag trying to chase down Jonas upon as well. Looks like he will be able to get it, while Limp is having a hard time dealing with no one, who bit by bit is chopping away that mana, and now has the ultimate ready to go. If he could just see him, he'll blow up that Rainbow Pony. Gets him. Sealkid, now stuck in a bad position, is also going to go down, and Hanskin will get cleaned up by Solo. They only get the gyrocopter out of that, and Era just feels like he can't do anything in these fights at all.
Yeah, the Gyro got glimpsed with the Rupture into a Disruptor roll, but Simo actually had Grave next to him and just kind of fumbled his steps and didn't get it off on him. So they should have actually not even lost the Gyro there.
Dyer's middle tower.
Yeah, they don't even lose the Aegis on the Anti-Mage, who just chased Limp out of that fight completely. This is probably going to mean at least one set of racks for NiP. There's still an Aegis available on the Anti-Mage, and this tower's going to go down really shortly.
And NiP are left with essentially one last fight. They don't have Winter's Curse, though, for another 30 seconds. They actually try and defend this and lose. They will probably lose the game entirely, but Vega are actually going to back up freely. They're going to give up Solo because of that, and that also means the gem.
You can't ever expect to really escape cleanly against a Disruptor. Like, that doesn't really actually ever happen.
Dyer's top
And
tower
things get
is
even
under
harder.
attack.
Like, Yanni was just talking about it. Their only real way to engage for a really long time was the clockwork, but it becomes so much easier now that he has the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
BKB now complete for no one. So now he doesn't have to worry about the disruptors issues as much.
What do you do, Yannis, at this point in the game when the net worth, it's about
Dyer's
to
bottom
be
tower is
like
under
8,
attack.
9k. The experience is about 10k. What is NiP's game plan from here on out? Like, what do you call if you're them?
It's pretty hard for them to win this game, actually. They have to just get a lot of farm on this Lash and hope for the best, but at the same time, they're going to be dealing with this anti-mage who's just getting bigger. I think they may have actually thrown this game away, unfortunately.
It did feel like there was a time period where they were just so much stronger.
It's just really hard for them to fight because the clockworks for the most part getting the engagements, and then like you were saying, the clockwork hook into a global, and then it's kind of like panic tends to ensue.
This
Dyer's
anti-mage
middle
is
barracks
absolutely
are under
massive.
attack.
10-second BKB on him now. And he's been able to delay it for so long, but how's the BKB looking on the others? 7 seconds on this Bloodseeker. Not a lot better on the Leshrac.
No one. First to jump up and start working on that melee Rax. Definitely dodges the stun. There goes the Winter's Curse. Global Silence is the response. This is a meaty counter. Jonas Upon can't actually get off the vacuum or the wall. That is devastating. They needed that combination, and Vega Squadron will cleanly get out with the melee racks in hand and look to be able to escape. Another buyback. Hanskin not wanting to let anyone go here. It's going to be able to get the glimpse on the Mag. Pops a blade. Now they're going to turn and fight this one. Oh, what a vacuum! The wall turned around. Static Storm on top. He managed to catch 4. Jonas Upon might have just won this fight, but never mind. No one just comes in big. Takes out the Leshrac. Era still manages a man fight against him. Jonas Upon is delaying up Vega Squadron for as best as possible. Hanskin's coming forward, has another glimpse, but they don't feel confident enough to take this fight. It looks like Era is just a bit too low, and now Hanskin, he's caught by Solo. Glimmer Cape gets laid out. Here comes Era. Glimpse to be able to stop that TP out. Solo is going to receive the Shell Grave. Era, is he actually going to die to this one?
He is.
He's going to go down. Solo wins the man fight. He'll go down to Hanskin, but an immediate turnaround kill from the Dazzle. Jonas Upon will stop that TP out. And now has to man fight against the Dazzle. If he loses this fight, I have no hope for NiP. And it looks like he can't.
The two supports just actually 2v3'd there, and they came out successfully. They even take the melee racks with that.
That was a number of buybacks there from NiP. Darkseer as well as Hanskin's Disruptor. Bought back.
You sound like you were speechless for a second, Yannis.
Yeah. Kinda.
Solo Dota.
This is a good turnaround, yeah. They have the medallion, the Solar Crest up. They have a lot of damage in their lineup, and it's just hard for the Bloodseeker to really do too much. Like, they had to use 2 buybacks there, and they couldn't even defend their racks. The wall is like the saving grace. It's like, hey, go AM Illusion, go.
I guess that's the only real way that they can take it at this point, and I mean, how do you actually fight into this lineup that just continues to get stronger? Like, this is a lineup that should have the late game in spades, right? Like, you've got Global Silence, the Grave is always useful, and then you've got a Gyro and your AM as your cores.
(31-20), 37.5 minutes in, 12,000 gold beat now for Vega Squadron, over 12,000 experience. They've taken the melee racks in the middle lane. And shy of just a beautiful combination. Is that a BKB? Yeah, it's a BKB charge.
It's only a 5-second BKB at this point for the Gyrocopter. He doesn't really care.
Unless NiP are going to be able to force the fight in the next 60 seconds. Pasha doesn't really care. That's why they're going to smoke up. They're going to keep on going. They see a small opening, and NiP are trying their best to be able to take advantage of that one. Wards reveal him. Pasha. Oh, he's so fast. He's actually getting away with his boots of travel. He's going to hide himself in the trees and try and TP away. Solo sitting there as well. Global Silence gets laid out. Mass TPs. And BKB, they stop him. Limb pops a BKB in order to get off the stun onto Pasha. They get the pickoff they needed.
He actually got the bash.
Yeah, he got the bash at the same time as the Lesh stun.
Oh, wow. And who got that kill? Bloodseekers. That's why he's so close to Abyssal Blade all of a sudden.
I think you actually buy out if you're the Bloodseeker.
Oh, no one commits pretty deeply here for this Tier 3 tower. Pops the BKB, and we'll have another blink away. TP's out. And there is no way they can stop him in time. Hook shot, that was awkward. A clean whiff there from the Clockwork.
I think even if he hits it, he can't kill the Darkseer.
Yeah.
He's got a Force Staff. It's probably just to annoy him.
Yonasan Fan almost has Aghanims. So it's strong late game.
Yeah, he has to have the Guardian Greaves up to be able to remove the global, though. Like, that's actually what's screwing them in every single fight, is that they have to wait so long for that vacuum wall to hit.
Even then, though, the other heroes, you know, they're still going to be silenced even if he does that, so... They kind of need that vacuum into, like, a giant curse at this point.
Just have to go for something crazy.
Attempt at Roshan. Oh, they can't fight this. Not against Weave. Plus, no one's going to take their Tier 2 tower if they don't back up.
They're just being outmaneuvered right now by a little bit. The Roshan will be the big fight here. If NiP decide to take this fight by the Roshan, they can win it and get an Aegis on their Bloodseeker. That could be the turning point that they need, but it's pretty critical that they get that to happen. And Yonasan Fan has his Aghanims now. They're going to wait for it, or they should at least. There's no reason not to at this point. Your Bloodseeker is just 200 gold away. And if you're NiP, do you just completely buy out here, Yannis?
I think you kind of have to.
Do you foresee a way that they can take a fight without just maxing out on items for the next one?
I don't think so. Like, just look at the lineup for Vega and look at NiP's. Like, the only way they do it is if they get a gigantic Wombo combo. Because look at Bloodseeker running into those heroes is just... He's not going to be able to kill anybody, and once his BKB is out, he is fairly screwed.
And they're actually just going to walk in now.
This could be an opportunity for a Wombo combo, that's for sure, but look how quickly Roshan's dying. Still, though, Era throws in the Blood Right. They see some of this. Seal Kid's going to jump inside, see if he can't get a good Winter's Curse. Global Silence is a response. Bash. Seal Kid needs to be able to get away. Oh, what a vacuum! He gets 3 on top with the wall over the top. Seal Kid's going to be able to get off the Winter's Curse as well. He's stuck on the cliff, though. Limp is sitting there trying to beat down Pasha to save Seal Kid. They'll get that kill. No one blinks in. Tries to go for Limp, but he just denies himself the Bloodstone. No time for an ultimate. No one has a Rupture on him, but Era's just going to get beaten down before he can do anything. Seal Kid, Arctic burning away. The 3 cores of NiP are gone. Despite that big play from Yonasan Fan, it didn't make much of a difference. Vega Squadron will still take Roshan.
Yeah, now they just reset, relax. They know that the buybacks are actually not going to be available, especially if they just saw that the Bloodseeker has the fully completed Abyssal Blade. This kill just for good measure. That's a gem if they want it at the same time. And NiP buybacks on pretty much nobody. The Leshrac has it, but it doesn't make a difference because he's about to be up anyways. It's the Bloodseeker that makes the biggest difference. Like 42 seconds without him available.
And no one, because he has his Aegis, he can actually... Well, I thought he was going to go ahead and buy Abyssal, but he just wants to take these objectives as quick as possible. Melee Rax, his first target. Still another 20 seconds until NiP have any fighting power. Winter Wyvern's going to buy back. Trying to perhaps scare no one away. That's not going to happen.
Top tower is under attack.
No one jumps in. Oh, immediate bash on Hanskin, but they have the Glimmer Cape. They'll be good.
Dire's top barracks have
So they
fallen.
take the full top lane of Rax now. Glimpse back. They've caught the Dazzle, who's now man fighting against Hanskin, realizing he does not have the right click power to take him alone.
And NiP just aren't willing to give this up quite yet, but just so many string of bad fights. I actually think if the Winter's Curse could be a little bit better, but it's kind of hard right now because he keeps getting globaled, and he's kind of given not the best opportunities, but I almost feel like he has to use it on the AM, not the gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Like when the AM has illusions up. But that's so much easier said than done.
With this, the way the fights are going, it's just like the Dazzle has such free range to do whatever the hell he wants. So the global goes off, they're trying to focus people, and no one's even really getting low. Dazzle's just weaving everybody up, throwing the Solar Crest, occasional heal and Glimmer, but the Grave wasn't really even used the last engagement. They're just not able to really combo up the spells because of the global. Even though there was a beautiful vacuum, you saw like just, the first just
No one. Oh, jeez, he's going to turn and fight Aaron. He's actually almost oh, he gets the kill. That was a 3 versus 1. No one gives no cares about NiP.
You were going to say something? All right.
I don't know what you're talking about, Blitz.
Okay, this is going to probably mean that bottom push that's coming up. This time around, they've got the gyrocopter available to them. It's a full minute without their Bloodseeker. NiP, they were struggling with their Bloodseeker.
Yep.
It's their highest farmed hero. I don't actually know how they hold this for final hurrah.
Alright, Ninjas and Pyjamas, are they about to lose another? Some fun, 4 staffs away. Get some distance away from Mag, a 4 staff apiece. Then comes out, they're actually going to try and kill Mag while he's isolated. They might be able to get him too.
They're just ignoring this. They're just going straight for the racks.
Yeah, he actually gets a hook shot away, so he survives while they're getting racked up. 2-man vacuum. Yonosafan now throws out the wall against No One, gets his own illusion, but it's still not enough. No One's battling it through. Global Sounds gets laid out. Yonosafan 4 staffs away, and No One has to turn his attentions now to the racks. Pasha, meanwhile, takes out some of those supports. Limp's going to be the next target. Hook shot. No One. He just cleans through hero after hero. And NiP, they will finally fall. Vega Squadron are going to New York. 3-1 is the result.
I mean, overall, I think that it's pretty well deserved by Vega. They played really well as a team, just their teamwork. Maybe not, not that 3rd game, but I'll blame the Huskar pick, just ruining everything. But yeah, overall, their warding was really good by Sima. His positioning overall throughout the fights was near perfect. And yeah, just great teamwork overall by Vega. Well deserved.